tayo ay bata pa, at ang galing-galing mong sumayaw, mapabugi man o cha-cha. Ngunit ang paborito ay pagsayaw mo ng El Bimbo. Nakakaindag, nakakaaliw, nakakatindig, balahibo. Pagkagaling sa eskwela ay diretso na sa iyo, at buong maghapon ay tinuturuan mo ako. Magkahawak ang ating kamay at walang kamalay-malay, na tinuruan mo ang puso ko na umibig na tunay. Ninigas ng aking katawan pag umikot na ang plaka, patay sa kembot ng bewang mo at ungay ng iyong mga mata. Lumiliwanag ang buhay habang tayo'y magkakapay, at dahan-dahang dumudulas ang kamay ko sa makinis mong braso. Sana noon pa para'y sinabi ta sa iyo, kahit di na uso ay ito lang ang alam ko. Magkahawak ang ating kamay at walang kamalay-malay, na tinuruan mo ang puso ko na umibig na tunay. La 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 la, la la la, lumipas maraming taon, hindi na tayo nagkita. Balita ko'y may anak ka na, ngunit walang asawa. Tagahugas ka raw ng pinggan sa may ermita, at isang gabi nasagisaan sa isang madilim na eskendita. Lahat ng pangarap ko'y bigla nagkatunaw. Sa panaginip na lang pala kita maisasayaw. Magkahawak ang ating kamay at walang So the first video that we will be watching or looking over will be this video where from Sky News, School Introduction UK's first teacherless classroom using artificial intelligence. So if you probably noticed, I'm by myself today, um, uh, which is maybe you will see me do this a lot in the future also, where I will be commenting on videos like this on my own. Um, Hoping to get more comments from you, whoever will be watching live or whoever will watch this as a playback later on. So I would love to hear your opinion on this topic. Um, as teachers, right, it's important for us to understand the implications of AI in our teaching. So let me go ahead and play this video. I'll probably just comment at the end. This is a 2 minutes and 36 seconds video.
This is about to become the UK's first teacherless classroom, where 20 GCSE students will spend the year being taught by artificial intelligence instead of human teachers.
What we're attempting to do is to use AI in key subjects at GCSE. The three sciences, maths, and English, and computer science, and possibly geography.
The platforms learn what each student excels in and what they need more help
So
with,
they're using
and
a
then it
certain
adapts their
platform.
lessons for the term. Strong topics are moved to the end of term so they can be revised, while weak topics will be tackled more immediately. And each student's lesson plan is bespoke to them. GCSE students have been testing out the new tech.
Teachers don't know exactly precisely what I'm unable and able to do, where the AI can just figure out just by a few questions what I'm weak in and what are my strong points, and it helps me develop into a much smarter student.
Although there won't be teachers in the classroom, there will be 3 learning coaches to help with behaviour and softer subjects that AI might struggle with.
They're not being taught subjects by the learning coaches, but we are covering soft skills like public speaking, debate, and the really important personal aspects of a person that you really want to bring out and develop, and turning young people into young adults.
Some people disagree and say removing teachers from the equation will harm students in the long run. Chris McGovern was a head teacher and an educational advisor to Number 10. Now he campaigns against ideas like this.
Children will lose a great deal from that AI experience. They need to have teachers, they need to interact with other children, and that's fundamental. The problem with the AI and the computer screen is that it is a machine and it's inert. So you're straight away dehumanizing the process of learning. It's a soulless, bleak future if it's going to be along the AI path only.
Last year, the Department for Education said teachers are irreplaceable, and AI could never be a substitute for teachers' professional judgment and the personal relationship they have with their pupils. This school seems to disagree.
There are many excellent teachers out there, and we have many here at the college, but we're all fallible. If you really want to know exactly why a child is not learning, I think the AI systems can pinpoint that more effectively.
Mickey Carroll, Sky News.
All right. So in this video, there are a couple of things that we should pay attention to. So there's a platform that they're using. So this is basically a school that uses a certain platform that would replace a teacher in as far as delivering the content. So that's what makes it teacherless, according to them. But let me ask you, right, as a teacher, do you agree that a classroom should be a teacher? What's the implication of this to our job as teachers, right? So what does this say about the future of teachers or future of educators? So think about that, right? What are we going to do then? You know, if these platforms will replace us, right, as teachers. So again, these platforms or apps or programs, right, are the ones that delivers the information to the students. And what's really I could say great about this program is that it caters to the specific need of the student, meaning it understands the student's learning process, right? And at the same time knows how to adjust, right, according to the learning process of a student. So basically, it's a more personalized approach compared to a teacher in a classroom where there's, say, about 20, 10, 20 students, right, where it's a general teaching. This one right here caters exactly to the need of the student, right? So see how robust this platform is, right? So as a program, it understands, or it has algorithms that understands the learning of the student and knows how to adjust the delivery of the teaching according to how the student is learning. So that's something that's really great. I mean, for a student, right? Because in as much as I'm sure many of us are aware, this kind of personalized learning is really what's important right now, because this is almost having like a tutor that actually zones into the what the student need. Okay, so that's what this video is about. Now, let's look at another video. Okay, I'm gonna stop the screen. I'm gonna share another video. This time, it's a video, AI for education. Actually, you know what? Let me share another video. Not this one yet. Let's share another video that's almost similar to the one that we've went over, but this one would be more, I guess, we can see in practice, right? The students, and this is for our younger students.
This probably isn't what comes to mind when you think of an average school day. Kids breathing fire,
Find a spot for your foot.
climbing a rock wall, and even learning the art of grilling. But for students at the Alpha School in Austin, Texas, this is no field day.
Good luck.
Here, K through 12th graders are proudly cutting classes, spending just 2 hours a day learning math, science, reading, and writing, all with the help of an AI tutor and without a single teacher.
Morning launch time.
Mackenzie Price is the co-founder of Alpha School and its 2-hour learning program.
This is a school without teachers.
We have no teachers at our schools. Can you believe that?
The educators are a suite of AI-powered apps that gamify lessons, monitor progress, and with the help of eye tracking, keep tabs on students' attention span.
Okay, this again is it's an app, right? Also, it's a but this one actually tracks the eye of the student also to make sure that the student is focusing on the learning, right? Or not wandering around. So
Who's teaching you?
I think the app is teaching me, but I'm also teaching myself.
All as adult guides, many of which have never been teachers, look on without interfering with their robot counterparts.
Are you comfortable having guides in the classroom that don't necessarily know the core curriculum?
It's okay that our guides aren't experts in
so now they're being called as guides, right? Or teachers, or those who are the adults in the classroom are called guides.
physics or math or whatever they're doing. They are experts in their students.
It almost sounds like the guides here are told, you're here to lead the kids to AI.
Our guides are not allowed to teach. They are coaching
Guides are not allowed to teach. So
students to become self-driven learners.
Price says the AI tutor personalizes lessons for each student, allowing them to learn class material in half the time. And according to data from Alpha, score in the 90th percentile on standardized tests in most grade levels.
This one's a little unusual.
It all comes as students nationwide grapple with AI's role, while some critics say it's too soon to know if the tech's having a positive effect in classrooms. One study found generative AI tutors can sometimes inhibit learning if students become too reliant on the tool.
How do you make sure that the AI that is teaching kids is doing what it's supposed to be doing?
We have a lot of guardrails in place to make sure that kids are not dealing with some of the issues that come with what we hear about with AI.
Still, at Alpha, where tuition costs $40,000 a year, academics are just the beginning.
This is called our check chart.
Each student must complete.
Tuition is about $40,000 a year. All right, think about that. How AI is actually changing the education industry.
A long list of tasks before they can level up, including things like run a mile without stopping, solve a Rubik's Cube, and even
independently put together a piece of IKEA furniture,
all in an effort to teach life skills and promote passion projects.
This is really interesting. I really like how they have incorporated also life skills in this.
Welcome to the Alpha School Airbnb.
Like this group of 6th graders who are running a real Airbnb.
How old are you?
I'm 11.
You're 11.
Yeah.
And how much money?
Wow. Yeah, this is amazing. This is really amazing.
Did you guys make with this Airbnb?
So we have $10,000 of confirmed bookings.
Over at Alpha High School.
You made an app. Wait,
I developed an app.
16-year-olds Elle and Sloan are getting ready to pitch an AI-enabled app that gives dating advice.
I want to ask my crush out to prom in front of all of her friends.
I just want to shout out to Sir Dennis Serso. Thank you for joining us. Sir Jaga, thank you for joining us also. Magandang araw po, mga kakultura.
Is that a good idea?
It really depends on her personality.
So you've been learning from AI,
Yep.
and now you're building your own AI?
Yes.
So students are actually building their own AI also. I mean, think about this. Think how much your job will be replaced in the future, right? Your job as a teacher will be replaced in the future. So this is actually a big something that we should really think about, right? Something that we should really think about as educators is that how can we navigate ourselves through AI?
A full circle experiment, putting these AI academics in a class of their own.
Yeah, a lot to take in there. And as a parent, I was a little sketched out seeing those little kids locked into their laptops with their headphones on. We used to have sustained silent reading back in the day. This is way beyond that because these are gamified, interactive apps. So the kids are given full attention. And Price says they only do that for 2 hours a day. They break those up into these 20-minute intervals. The rest of the day is spent in those workshops, collaborating with others, learning life skills. Actually, on the day we visited, some of the high school students we're going through this rejection workshop where they would pitch strangers on the street their passion projects. AI, not so great at teaching how to get rejected, but something we humans are still pretty good at, I guess.
Yeah, fair. We are. All right, Gotti. Thank you, Gotti.
We got to figure out how to strike a balance.
I was just about to say, and we need to figure it out, guys. Like, I feel like I'm talking about it
can't freak out about technology, but man, we don't have to give ourselves over to it either.
Yeah. Good. All right, yay, humans.
Hey,
But then again, it's easy to say that, right? It's easy to say that, let's not freak out so much and let's yay humans, right? But still, we have to understand the implications of AI in teaching, right? Would parents trust AI to teach their children more than the teachers? Wherein, you have apps like this. So again, from the first video, we saw how, secondary education is being replaced by these apps, right? In learning like high-level subjects, okay? But the question that I had there was that, how about if the students are not motivated? So what will motivate the students? So, because we're talking about students who are motivated, they will go there to the AI, right, to learn. Right? How about if they're not motivated? this video right here answers that, right? That's why there are guides. There's what they call guides, right? Not necessarily teachers, but these are guides that will make sure that the students are keeping track, right, with the learning. So there are guides who are there to watch these students, and not only that, there is part of the program that tracks the eyes of the student, right, to make sure that they're not wandering around and they're not just doing something else. So again, really interesting. Okay, really interesting so far. These videos that we've watched. Here's another video that I'd like us to look at. This time it's from China. How China is using artificial intelligence in classroom. Okay, this is from the Wall Street Journal.
红色是表示你的专注力显示的很高。
Teachers at this primary school in China
蓝色是走神了，
know exactly when someone isn't paying attention.
白色就是你可能跟网络还没有连接好。
These headbands measure each student's level of concentration. The information is then directly sent to the teacher's computer and to parents.
Wow.
China has big plans to become a global leader in artificial intelligence.
Okay, so again, this is a level up even. So the first one didn't have any guides. The second video have guides now. This one actually has an apparatus that the students wear that keeps track of their attention, right? Their mind process, how they're thinking, right? So,
it has enabled a cashless economy where people make purchases with their faces. A giant network of surveillance cameras with facial recognition helps police monitor citizens. Meanwhile, some schools offer glimpses of what the future of high-tech education in the country might look like.
Good job.
Classrooms have robots that analyze students' health and engagement levels. Students wear uniforms with chips that track their locations. There are even surveillance cameras that monitor how often students check their phones or yawn during classes. These gadgets have alarmed Chinese netizens. But schools say it wasn't hard for them getting parental consent to enroll kids into what is one of the world's largest experiments in AI education, a program that's supposed to boost students' grades while also feeding powerful algorithms.
为了就是国家的这个研究呀、发展呀，我觉得是没有问题。
The government has poured billions of dollars into the project, bringing together tech giants, startups, and schools. We got exclusive access to a primary school a few hours outside of Shanghai.
同学们早上好。
To see firsthand how AI tech is being used in the classroom. For this 5th grade class, the day begins with putting on a brain wave sensing gadget. Students then practice meditating.
现在想象我们眉心有一点柔和的光芒绽放。
The device is made in China and has 3 electrodes, 2 behind the ears and 1 on the forehead. These sensors pick up electrical signals sent by neurons in the brain. The neural data is then sent in real time to the teacher's computer. So while students are solving math problems, a teacher can quickly find out who's paying attention and who's not.
Okay, this one though, it has a teacher, but look at what the teacher is actually doing, right? The teacher is just monitoring the, I guess we could say that brain waves, right, from those apparatus that's worn by the students to make sure that the student is learning. And like, I don't know if you caught that a while ago, that these information also are real time being transmitted to the parents, the child's parents, cell phones, right? Or iPads or computer. where they can track if their child is learning or not.
这段时间，他是有点在那走神的。
A report is then generated that shows how well the class was paying attention. It even details each student's concentration level at 10-minute intervals. It's then sent to a chat group for parents.
就是他可以看到每个人的评分。
The reports are detailed, but whether these devices really work and what they exactly measure isn't as clear. We were curious if the headbands could actually measure concentration, so one of our reporters tried on the device.
但我没有感觉自己特别集中。
This is a new technology with still fairly little research behind it.
Theodore Zanto is a neuroscientist at the University of California, San Francisco. He was surprised to learn that this tech, called electroencephalography, also...
So, okay, that's what it is. So, electroencephalography, also known as EEG, kind of like an EKG, but instead of the heart, it's the brain.
Known as EEG, is being used in the classroom on children. It's usually used by doctors in hospitals and labs.
EEG is very susceptible to artifacts. And so if...
He said it's very susceptible to what? To artifacts, okay.
And so if you are itchy or just a little fidgety, or the EEG wasn't set up properly so that the electrodes didn't have a good contact, affects the signal.
Okay, so artifacts. So as he had mentioned, right, there are actually a lot of things that can affect the so it can have false reading. You know, this the EEG can have false reading. Okay, depending on if you're fidgety, if you're itchy, if you're how it's connected to your body.
Despite the chances for false readings, teachers told us the headbands have forced students to become more disciplined.
上课回答我的问题，就是他们的声音会比平常更响亮。
Teachers say the students now pay better attention during class, and that has made them study harder and achieve higher scores.
But then that's there's a good question. I think I don't know if this is the right term to use, but placebo effect. If maybe they're paying attention because not because of the fact that they're being monitored, but the fact that there's something in their head, you know, that kind of make it feel like, you know, they have to pay attention. Or maybe there's the fact that, you know, everybody else is using that, you know, I don't know. It can be a it can have a different there could be different reasons, right?
上课认真听讲，作业做的基本上是全对的。
But not all students are as enthusiastic. This fifth grader, whom we caught dozing off in class, told us his parents punish him for low attention scores.
Oh, wow.
And that kind of data adds a new kind of pressure for students.
Yeah, imagine the kind of pressure. But again, like what was mentioned a while ago, there can be false readings, right? That can actually affect this. I mean, the child could have like ants in his leg and start scratching. You know, that's gonna be what? Take away their attention. They're gonna have a lower score on their attention.
如果在一次考试全班人都考了95分以上，就你考了一个85，你会不会感觉你有一种
Companies we interviewed said the data can go to government-funded research projects. We spoke to parents who were unclear about where the data ended up, and they didn't seem to care too.
Oh, geez, the children are like basically the classroom is basically a laboratory. I hope that there's a proper IRB process that went to this before they went ahead and started this experiment, or actually the participants or the participants are well informed of the study.
Too much. Santos says there's likely no privacy protection at all.
In a classroom, if you're trying to make an assessment of an individual student, you really can't anonymize it.
Experts and citizens alike are sounding alarms about various aspects of the country's huge push into artificial intelligence. These classrooms are laboratories for future generations. And while these new tools may potentially help some 200 million students,
There we go. She said it. These classrooms are laboratories.
Raise their grades, just how this all works out won't be apparent until they become adult citizens.
All right.
Hey.
So really interesting, right? Because it's this actually shows how advanced, right? Actually, AI is, right? As far as its influence in the classroom. Looking at China, how they're using it right now, way advanced. Okay. So, what do you think as teachers, right? What do you think about AI in education? And also, how would you regulate AI in your classroom if you're a teacher? Okay, so those are questions I hope we get a feedback from teachers who are watching and who will watch this later on. Okay, and here's our last video before I end, and we have our last comment.
In the classroom right now, I'm encouraging students to use AI as a tool within their processes. I think that the greatest human asset is curiosity. Our curiosity is what makes us human. It's our search for knowledge and our search for information. And so what I encourage students to do is to stay curious. But I'm also encouraging them to be critical about how effective it is. And so I think what happens is that what we want students to do, if we talk about critical thinking, for example, what we want students to do is to be critical about artificial intelligence and say, how is this making me better? I recently had students create an ad film around a technology that they invented, that they made up. The only rule that I gave them was that they had to use artificial intelligence at some stage or at some stages during their creative process. But then what I did was I had them analyze how effective it was. Quality of their input was directly related to the quality of the output from AI. Using AI doesn't mean that we're not going to create the next Ernest Hemingway or the next Paulo Coelho using AI, right? It's going to make all of us better. It's going to raise the bar.
Okay, I like what he mentioned there about
information, and so
raising the bar. Well, let's talk about this, right? So, as teachers, right, do you allow your students to use AI, or if you do, why, right? And if you do, why not? If you don't, right, why not? So, the thing is, we have to understand. Okay, we could not. This is the fact. We could not stop AI from progressing. We cannot remove AI anymore. I mean, it's right there, right? Say ChatGPT, Copilot, or whatever others are using. It's already there. Okay, it's like a calculator, right? When as far as solving math problems, calculators will always be there. It's in our cell phone. It's in our computers, right? And you could buy it from a dollar store, right? A calculator. I mean, it's there, right, ready for us to use. But the thing is, how could you not use it, right? So here's the thing with me as a teacher. Here's I'm gonna share to you my say on AIs, specifically on ChatGPT. Okay, let me share a screen. So here is a book that I've written. It's available on Amazon.com, and it's Chains of Love, mga tanikala ng pag-ibig, which I wrote a compilation of my Tanaga poems, and I used AI to give its own version of my Tagalog Tanaga poems, to translate it to English. And to my surprise, it has. I mean, I don't want to say it's a translation, but it's actually its own version of my Tanaga poem. So I say my verse, a different version, because it doesn't follow the rhythm of my Tanaga poem, but it just translates it in its own way. So it has its basically own version of my poems. So this is what I said about AI. I'm going to go right here. As an educator, the challenge lies, or let me start here. This book also delves into my real collaboration with AI technology, particularly ChatGPT. Although my sentiments as a teacher towards ChatGPT aren't always favorable, right? As a teacher, when ChatGPT first came out in November 2022, I believe, or 20, is that 22 or 23? I believe it's 22. Our recent copyright summit. So we had our summit in 2023. Yes, it was 2022 when it came out. Our summit for Copyright X at Harvard in 2023, we talked about this. We talked about the how it affects copyright, right? How people are can be charged with copyright, or what are the implications of this to the copyright law, right? Using ChatGPT or using whatever AI programs you're using to generate images, to generate research papers, your essays, whatever, right? Attending that summit in 2023 at Harvard kind of deepened my involvement with the seemingly novel technology called AI, right? So, as an educator, the challenge lies in effectively regulating the use of ChatGPT in academia. Given its relentless advancement, the peril lies in the seemingly effortless access to information, unleashing a flood of data. The real concern emerges when we contemplate its impact on our children, right? And creativity, whether it poses a threat or a challenge. So while initially intriguing, it dawns on me that ChatGPT lacks the nuances, imperfections, and essential human qualities that define our uniqueness, originality, and the drive for discovery, the seeds of genuine creativity. However, I also don't want to entirely dismiss, right, the creativity of individuals using this technology, which is AI, right, and they value their work as it requires asking the right questions. Okay, that's where the creativity is now, because again, you can AI will not just generate on its own. You have to ask it the question or give it a certain prompt in order for it to generate. So, or providing the right prompt for it to create. Let's remember that ChatGPT simply responds to the questions or prompts we give, making it reliant on our human creativity. Still, it's crucial to understand that the value of art or creation doesn't solely stem from the materials and the final product, but significantly from its creation process, history, uniqueness, and even the background of the creator. So, um, finally, considering the strong appeal of using this new technology for enhanced creativity, I suggest that all genuinely creative individuals exercise caution, right? It's essential for personal growth not to depend solely on this artificial intelligence, while artificial creativity can enhance human creativity. It can also hinder personal growth. So, as Denzel Washington aptly puts it, ease is a greater threat to progress than hardships. Okay, and here is a quote from Elon Musk that I think is very timely, especially with the AI. One of the really tough things is figuring out what questions to ask. Um, so yes, what questions to ask, right? Because that's the prompt that we're gonna have, uh, the prompt or question that we're gonna give AI or ChatGPT in order for it to create. So that's why with me, right, as a teacher, right, I know I have students who are using ChatGPT. So how do I navigate my way around ChatGPT or AI, right? And as far as um, assessing my students' knowledge or creativity. Well, what I do to assess my students' creativity when they're using AI or ChatGPT is that I don't judge them from the, for example, if they create an essay using the ChatGPT, I will have to change my assessment from not the product that they do, not from the essay. I probably read it, what they've written down, but I would judge their work based on the prompt or the question that they've asked ChatGPT, right? So I tell them, what did you write? How many prompts did you give ChatGPT before you got this product? And then I base my assessment according to how they're giving their prompts, right? How are they giving a command to ChatGPT, right? How are their sentence structure? Okay, because sentence structure also could affect, right? It also could affect how your how you are how ChatGPT responds. So I would again, I would base my assessment. I would base it on the prompts or how they give their command to ChatGPT, and not the product of ChatGPT itself. So yeah, I mean that's how I will judge their work if they will use AI or ChatGPT. So um, and according to like again, like what this educator said, um, what's his name? Bryant Hallett, right? Um, he encourages students to use AI as a tool within their process, and also with me, it actually makes it easier for me to create lesson plans. So I don't know if many of you have followed um, my way of teaching. Is I My lesson structure is based on Rice Cup. So Rice Cup is R, review. I, introduce the topic, new topic. C is to clarify that topic. E is to engage the student. C is to check on the student after they engage. U is to understand it together, where we have understand it together. That would be my differentiation process or understanding for everyone, right? And then the P for the Rice Cup, the last one is to preview for next lesson. So I give that structure to ChatGPT or AI, right? And then I ask AI to create a lesson specific to a certain student, right? Using that structure, which is Rice Cup. So it creates a lesson for me, right? Still, the creativity is there, but it's just making it easier for me to create a lesson plan using Chat GPT. So that's how I use Chat GPT or AI in the classroom. And you could also use AI for many other ways, or many other. You could use it as a tool for many other activities, or you can create activities and worksheets and activities for your students in the classroom. So, yeah, I mean that's my 2 cents in using AI in the classroom. So that's why I kept this quote here, one of the really tough things is figuring out what questions to ask, right? Like what Elon Musk said. So that is it. And I hope that we all learned something. And maybe you could comment also below how you use AI in your classroom, or why you don't use AI in your classroom. So hoping that, we get feedback from teachers like you. And that's it. And hope to see you in our next documentario. Hoping that you could give us topics also if you want us to talk about certain topics um, on education or any other on culture. You could comment below on the certain topics that you want to talk about. Maybe you could even join us as a panelist here in Documentario. So that's it. It's 11:47 p.m. here in Seattle, Washington. We've almost hit another 1 hour mark, but it's been a great. We're hoping it's going to be a discussion. That many of you are probably going to watch this as a playback. So hopefully this will be a discussion on the comments thread instead. All right. Have a great night. Coming from Seattle, Washington. Have a great day or afternoon there in the Philippines. And whatever time you have around the world, have a great day.